silence your notifications and turn up the volume. This isn't just another Commanders video. It's the warning every burgundy and gold needs today. Did you know doctors have 72 hours to decide if we risk our franchise QB in the same mistake that cost us a decade? While you're breathing, an unknown rookie is making the Raiders look like a flag football team. And even ESPN's projections didn't see IT coming. But here's the painful fact. If that invisible center we stole from Dallas gets injured, everything falls apart. This is not theory. It's Ram versus Wolf at Northwest Stadium. And the plan from Peters and Quinn has more layers than the Pentagon. Subscribe now or stay out of the only place that will reveal why this season is different. And how an error in the next 48 hours could send use into the abyss. Listen, after decades of watching this team struggle, after years of suffering with quarterbacks who couldn't even lead us to a winning season, we finally have someone special. And now his future is in the hands of the doctors. Adam Schefter just revealed information that has us all on edge. Jayden Daniels is back at practice, yes, but in a limited capacity. And you know what worries me the most? He says his knee feels better, but the final decision on whether he plays this Sunday against Atlanta is not in his hands, Doc. Do you understand what that means? The doctors have full control of this situation. And I say this, that's the right decision, even though it hurts us as fans. But do you know why I'm so nervous about this? Because we've been here before. Remember Robert Griffin III? A spectacular rookie quarterback, offensive rookie of the year, took us to the playoffs, and what happened? We rushed him back from a knee injury and ended up ruining his career. I don't want that to happen again. Not with Jayden. This guy is different. In his rookie season, he took us all the way to the NFC Championship game. As a rookie. Do you know how tough that is? Tom Brady didn't do it. Peyton Manning didn't do it. Aaron Rodgers didn't do it. But Jayden Daniels did. Pro Bowl in his first season. NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. And in just 2 games this season, he already has 433 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 85 rushing yards. Do you think those numbers are a fluke? I tell you no. But here's the reality many fans don't want to accept. If Jayden can't play, Marcus Mariota proved last Sunday that this team can function without our starting quarterback. 41 points against Las Vegas. And do you know what was most impressive about Mariota against the Raiders? His pocket management. He completed 15 of 21 passes for 207 yards and a touchdown. Ran for 40 yards and another touchdown. But more important than the stats was his composure. Did you see how he handled pressure in the third quarter when Las Vegas closed the gap? That is veteran leadership. That is experience. Mariota has played in playoffs, has been in pressure situations, and he showed it. But I ask you this, can you trust Mariota for an entire season? I think he can keep the ship afloat, but Jayden Daniels is our future. And here's what frustrates me the most about this whole situation. How much pressure are the media and some fans putting on this guy to return early? Because I see the comments, read the tweets, hear the conversations, and some of you are desperate to see him back. I get IT. After decades of mediocrity, we finally have someone who can take us to the promised land. But if we rush him and end up ruining his career like we did with RG3, then what? And do you know what's most incredible about all this? We're still unbeaten at home this year. Northwest Stadium has been a fortress. Fans are coming back. The energy is back. And the team is responding. But do you think that energy depends solely on Jayden? I tell you no. This team has depth, has character, has coaching. Dan Quinn has built something special here. And part of that is knowing when to protect your most important players. Remember what happened in 2012 with RG3. Mike Shanahan put him into play in the playoffs with a damaged knee against Seattle. And what happened? He got injured even worse and was never the same. I don't want to see that again. Here's my real analysis of this situation. The doctors will evaluate not just how Jayden feels now, but how he's going to be in November. December, January. Because if we want to make a serious playoff run, we need our quarterback at 100%. And you know what Adam Peters and Dan Quinn's experience tells me? That they understand the importance of patience. Peters comes from San Francisco, where they saw how to handle young quarterbacks with injuries. Quinn comes from Seattle and Atlanta, where he learned about managing franchise players. If that's got you worried, wait to hear this, because while everyone is focused on Jayden's knee, there's a rookie who is making history in the NFL, and nobody's talking about it. Commanders, we need to talk about Jaylen Lane right now, because this guy just won the NFL's Rookie of the Week, and everyone is sleeping on what he's doing. Did you know Jaylen Lane leads the entire National Football League in total punt return yards after just 3 weeks? That's not a coincidence. This is a 4th-round rookie from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. Do you know what that means? He's a local kid. Knows the DMV, knows the pressure, knows what it means to play for the Commanders. Adam Peters said he was the best punt returner of the draft. And he was right. But here's what excites me the most. This isn't just a good returner. This guy is changing the field game for us. Let me paint the whole picture of what happened on Sunday against Las Vegas. Lane returned 5 punts for a total of 127 yards. 127 yards in a single game. But do you know which return made me jump off the couch? That 90-yard touchdown from the 34-yard line of Las Vegas. 90 yards. I was screaming like we'd won the Super Bowl. And you know what's most impressive about that return? It wasn't luck. It wasn't that the Raiders played poorly. IT was pure skill. Lane saw the field, found the gap, and exploded towards the end zone with a speed we hadn't seen in years, dotting the other 4 returns that weren't touchdowns. Lane averaged 9.25 yards per return. His overall day average was 25.4 yards per return. Do you understand how insane that number is? But here's what really excites me. Lane is working with Larry Izzo, our special teams coordinator, but he's a LSO getting advice from Brian Mitchell. Brian Mitchell, the man who should be in the Hall of Fame. And you can see the influence, can't you? Lane has that immediate north-south burst that Mitchell had. That ability to see the field, find the smallest gap, and turn it into a big game dot. Do you realize what this means for our game strategy? It's been years since we had a punt returner who was a real threat. Every time the opposing team punts, they have to worry about where Lane's going to be. And do you know what I like most about this guy? His mindset. I've been watching interviews, I've been reading reports, and this rookie has the right attitude. He's not satisfied with a good return. He wants touchdowns. He's not satisfied with leading rookies. He wants to lead the entire league. But wait, because there's more. Lane isn't just a punt returner. He's a receiver developing under our coaching staff. His work ethic is impressive. His attitude is perfect, and he's growing every week. Have you seen his routes in practice? I have. This guy has soft hands, has the speed to get separation, and has the football intelligence to be in the right place at the right time. And you know what the best part of all this is? This marks 4 different Commanders who have won the Rookie of the Week award in the last 5 regular season games. Jayden Daniels, Mike Sainristil, Bill Krosky-Merritt, and now Jaylen Lane. That's not coincidence. That's a system. That's Adam Peters and Dan Quinn building something special in Washington. That's talent development. That's a winning culture. Did you vote for Lane this week for the award? Because unlike political elections, you can vote as many times as you want. We need to show that the Commanders Nation supports our rookies. But here's my prediction. Lane will end the season not just leading rookies in returns, but competing to lead the entire league. And you know why? Because he has the talent, he has the coaching, and he has the right mindset. And when playoffs come, Lane will be an X factor. Teams won't have enough film on him. They won't be prepared for his explosiveness. And that will give us advantages in crucial moments. But that's nothing compared to what I need to tell you about the man holding everything together at the center of our offensive line while everything else is happening around. round. Commanders, it's time to talk about Tyler Biadasz. Because while everyone talks about the big names, this man has been the silent hero keeping our offense running. Do you remember what having a center was like before Biadasz? For years, we didn't have stability at that position. Chase Rulia got injured, and his career ended prematurely. And after that, it was a constant parade of new faces. Tyler Larson, Keith Ismail, Wes Schweitzer, Nick Martin, Nick Gates. A constant rotation that didn't work. And do you know why? Because the center isn't just another offensive line player. I tell you this. The center is the quarterback of the offensive line. It's the only person who touches the ball on every play. It's the organizer, the communicator, the quarterback's closest protector, the anchor of the entire offensive system. Have you seen the best teams in the NFL? They all have stable centers. The Patriots with David Andrews, the Eagles with Jason Kelce, the Cowboys with Travis Frederick when he was healthy. Stability at center is crucial. Adam Peters knew this. And do you know what was one of the first things he did when he came as general manager? Signed Tyler Biadasz for 3 years. 3 years of guaranteed stability at the most important position of the offensive line. And where did Biadasz come from? From the damn Dallas Cowboys. Our most hated rivals couldn't keep him due to salary cap issues. Do you understand the irony of this? Jerry Jones let go of a center who made the Pro Bowl in 2022. But do you know what impresses me most about Biadasz? Last season, he came into an impossible situation. Rookie quarterback in Jayden Daniels, rookie left tackle, new left guard, and yet he kept the line stable. Did you see last season's numbers? Biadasz played more than 80% of Washington's offensive snaps. Missed one single game due to injury. One. And he sat out the last game when we were already playoff bound. And this season has been even more challenging. Do you know what he had around him on opening day? ALL, the other offensive linemen were new or playing different positions. Josh Conerly Jr. as a rookie at right tackle. 2 guards who changed positions since 2024. And after 3 weeks, both guards were replaced. Constant changes around him. But you know what? Biadasz is still there. Solid, reliable, doing his job as if nothing changed. Do you understand how difficult that is? And what are the results? Our offense is among the top 10 in total offense and yards per play. First in rushing yards in the entire NFL. Do you think that's a fluke? I tell you no. Pass protection has had some issues. Yes, but that will improve when Conerly feels more comfortable and when the guard rotation stabilizes. But the center? The center is working perfectly. Bobby Johnson, our offensive line coach, has had to focus his attention on helping Conerly adapt to the NFL level. Has had to work with the constant guard rotation. But what has he not had to worry about? His center. Do you understand how valuable that is for a coach? Knowing you have one position completely covered. A position where you don't have to spend extra time. Where you don't have to make constant adjustments. And do you know what's most incredible? For the first time in 5 years, the Commanders have the center position not only covered, but covered by someone who's proven to be Pro Bowl. Biadasz made the Pro Bowl in 2022 with Dallas. Does that mean he's one of the best centers in the conference? And now he's on OUR team, protecting our quarterback, anchoring OUR offensive line. But here's what I like most about Biadasz. His consistency. I've been watching every play, analyzing every snap, and this guy is rock solid. He doesn't make mental mistakes, doesn't lose snaps, doesn't get intimidated by pressure. Remember the game against Green Bay when Jayden got injured? Did you see how Biadasz kept his composure when everything was falling apart? He kept doing his job, kept protecting, kept communicating with his teammates. And against Las Vegas with Mariota, perfect chemistry from the very first snap. There were no timing issues, no bad snaps, no lost communication. That's high-level professionalism. Do you know how many teams in the NFL are struggling with center issues? The Giants, the Bears, the Cardinals. Teams that can't find stability at that position, and their offenses suffer for it. And here we are, with a Pro Bowl center who came from our rivals and who's anchoring the best rushing offense in the NFL. While Jerry Jones in Dallas tries to solve salary cap issues, we have his former center making history. Commanders, look at what we have here. A franchise quarterback that doctors are protecting properly for the future. A rookie returner who's leading the entire NFL and making history. And a Pro Bowl center who's being the silent anchor of our offensive success. Do you know what all this tells me? That finally, we have an organization that thinks strategically. Peters builds real depth. Quinn develops young talent. And we're seeing the results on the field every Sunday. But I ask you this. Do you think we should rush Jayden back against Atlanta or trust the doctors? Do you think Lane can maintain this historic level of production all season? And do you finally recognize the crucial importance of having center stability like Biadasz gives us? Because I guarantee you tomorrow we'll have more explosive news about our Commanders. And you can't miss what's coming. This organization is building something special, and we're part of that history. Give a like if you think doctors should make the final decision on Jayden. Subscribe if you think Lane could be the next Brian Mitchell. And comment if you finally feel this organization is doing the right things. This is our community. We're a burgundy and gold family, and I need you to be part of this historic conversation. Subscribe because this is just the beginning of what will be a season we'll remember forever. And remember, hail to the Redskins!